Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again. It appears I've got myself a frozen lake behind me, which is quite an interesting one, and there's a lot of different light falling in different parts of the lake because obviously the trees at the one side are shadowing the lake and keeping quite a lot of it frozen, and then on the far side where the sun pops over the trees you can see the light on the lake there. It's quite interesting, but there's also quite a lot of branches and logs and all kinds of debris in the actual lake itself, and they're kind of frozen in place as well, and I like the look of those. There's quite a lot of them, so it appears a bit busy, so I think I'm going to focus on just one of those. Just out here somewhere, about here, there's a log just kind of creeping up at the top of the water. Looks almost like a serpent coming out of the water, but it's just got one very tiny shaft of light on it at the moment, and I think that looks quite good, so I'm going to get the long lens out and have a go at shooting that. Well folks, it's January and it's flipping freezing, I've got to say that much, which is why I've come into this little bit of woodland here. First of all, it's ever so slightly warmer in here, and my fingers don't feel like they're going to drop off at any point in here, but also I love the low sunlight coming through these trees behind me here. Look at the shadows they're creating on the ground. So I think I'm going to stop here and capture a shot of that. There's also, a little bit further back, a path that runs along the side of here, which I might take and see what that leads to, because looking along it I can see there's another kind of copse of trees further along into the woodland that looks as though it could be quite an interesting composition as well. So I'd like to go and have a look at that. It's only about 150 yards away, so it's not too far to walk. But also, as I go back out onto the main path behind me, there's another path that runs along here as well. Sorry, the other way, runs along that way, which I'd like to go and check out. But standing here as well, right behind me, there's another path that leads off in this direction, just here, and I've got no idea what there is along either of these paths. So I think just for the next half an hour or so I'm probably going to spend the time around here and see if I can capture several shots here. But first off, it's this shot just behind me where all this light is coming through the trees and casting some fantastic shadows. So I'll start here and then make a move around. I hope you like those last couple of shots. You can really see the shadows on the forest floor here really kind of standing out all over the place really, and that's mainly because of the low sun on the horizon. It is kind of late morning, so we're getting to the point where the sun is at its highest as well in January, so we'll probably find now that at some point in the next hour or so the sun starts to drop again on the horizon, which will also make for some slightly interesting images, and I think I've probably got about an hour or so to get the best out of some of these shadows. But also I'm finding in the shadow areas which are protected from the sunshine, what happens is you get quite an area of frost. It's been a really hard frost overnight and it's kind of sticking around and making for some very interesting images with the white of the frost on all the surfaces. So I'm going to see if I can capture a few shots of the frost as well as a few of the shadows. But I hope you like what I've done so far. So I'm trying to avoid the glare of the sun at the moment. Just behind me there's another area of trees with loads of shadows cast all over the floor. So I've just taken a shot of that. I kind of don't really know where I am at the moment. I've taking a path and I've got no idea where it leads to, but shouldn't be a big problem. It's still the same park I'm always in, so shouldn't be a problem finding my way around eventually. But I just haven't been along this path before, which is always good fun. I like to explore a little bit and see what's going on. I think I've taken enough photos of shadows now. I want to see if I can go and find a few more photos of all of the frost that's still lying around. So it means getting back out of the woodland and going to find something else to shoot. So I'll catch up with you in just a moment. Every now and then you come across a little gem hidden within plain sight, a little bit like the one I've got behind me at the moment. I'll show you exactly what the composition is in just a moment, but first of all let me explain. I've walked along this road behind this little pathway behind me, quite a busy path where all the walkers walk through the park along this path, and just to the side of it there's this bench just here that I think you can just about see, just there, and it kind of points towards a little path further on which is kind of a softly trodden path, so I think it's somewhere where people have used it a few times to get to a well further back. Now, I've taken a few pictures of that well myself in the past, but never a picture of the bench here and the path leading towards it. It looks like quite an interesting composition, but one of the benefits of this shot is, although we're not actually in a woodland at the moment, we're just kind of completely surrounded by it, and we're in an area really that never really captures the sun at this time of the year. So what that is doing is it's means that the frost on the ground doesn't melt at all, and I've got a bit of frost on the bench that I'm looking at and some frost on the grass leading towards that path, and it looks quite an interesting composition. So the idea here is to get quite low so that I've got the bench quite nicely in the frame, and then follow the path towards the well at the back. I'm going to have to make that my last image of the day. My battery's going. I've got about a minute and a half left of recording time according to the battery power meter on the display. So that's going to be the last shot of the day. It's a focus stacked image because there's quite a lot of depth, so I've focused on the front of the bench here, the back of the bench here, and some of these twigs at the back of the grass as well. I hope you like that image. If you've enjoyed this vlog, then please remember to like and subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.